Okay, there we go. All right. Welcome back, all you fellow dusty dogs and travelers and out there to more Crash Bandicoot 2. We're currently already at the 4th warp room already, so we're about to go through Digging It. Which this is the other favorite music track for me. It's this, Road to Ruin, and Rocket are like the 3 favorites. I also do like the one that was used for Totally Fly, plus the secret paths of some of the jungle levels, but this one is one of my absolute favorites. In the original PlayStation 2, those were not just little exploding pellets, those were like mini grenades. So not just explosive seeds, those were like full-on little black egg. Little black egg that would like visibly explode like grenade. I mean, these used to still physically explode like grenade, but we got another one here that is that'll have a backwards section that's going to be annoying, and this one is mandatory. Again. At least if you're trying to go for full boxes, so. Yeah, I'll have to be careful here in this section, because I do have... These ones are timed. Nope, I need to round you. Woo! Oh, I thought I was going to die on that one. Now, there's a neat little thing about this game. About this version of the game, I should say. And we will be using it to exploit twice in this game, and this is the first one. I skipped over the bonus round. But, because this runs off the same relative engine as the first game, Insane Trilogy all being done under the same basic coding unit, while we will have the couple of extra moves, there's also a little mechanic that got repeated from the old one, which is bonus rounds will serve as checkpoints. So in the first game, a bonus round would serve as a checkpoint because it would be how you would access Tana. So you get 3 Tanas, it would open up the bonus round, you get through the bonus round, and you would have Tana available as a checkpoint. It happened with the other bonus rounds as well, so if you got a Brio bonus round or a Cortex bonus round, those would also serve as checkpoints. So the first game has the bonus round sitting as checkpoints. So does this one now. No! I will have a literal checkpoint to deal with this one. I think we're okay to go back now still. I don't think there was anything else on that one. I think I'm just good to go backwards. I do have to be careful because of the damn bees! Which in this one are faster than the original. Where are you? There we go. No! No, you damn bee! I hate this scene, by the way. I hate this death animatic. It makes me, like... It genuinely unnerves me. The bee death animatic, like, legitimately unnerves me. I do not like it. Ah! God damn it. I'm actually putting my hand up in front of my face whenever I come across the animatic, so I don't have to see it. I don't want to see the bee. I hate bees in real life, too. Why am I I don't usually do this bad on the backward section. There we go. Okay. At least I have like 90-something lives to make up for it. No, yeah, you go back into your hive. So anyways, you can use the bonus rounds to exploit, because this section is terrible. So you can now use the bonus round as an extra checkpoint. Where are you? Because there's a hole here. There we go. Now we'll use this as a checkpoint. And that will save all of our progress from the hard path. It's actually super helpful. It's actually extremely helpful to know that. Like, it makes subsequent runs of this game, like, so much easier. Because I will also need to use it for another one later. In the same warp room. God damn it. I can get up there, but it takes a little bit of doing. Yeah. No, I was almost there. Okay, so it's just after this clump. No. Just after the clump. Ah, I was almost there. No, come on. I need to hit the jump crate at like the very edge of the... It was the same tactic I had used in the bonus round for the lab. There we go. Ah, I can still make it up there. I won't get as many Wumpa Fruits, but I have all the lives, bitch. There we go. Boost it up, baby! We're gonna get 99 by the end of this level, probably. Might not stay there, but we'll get there. There we go. Okay, I thought there was one more hiding up there, but I think that's only in behaving. Okay, more timed one, so I will definitely be having to spin away a few bees. I probably had enough to get through that, but I wasn't risking it. And this ground is diggable. Still collect the crystal. You do still collect stuff that is above ground. But anytime you make a spin move on this one, you take a second or two to dig underground. Notable when you're trying to do a time trial of something you need to avoid. So a lot of the times you'll be sliding crates or spin slide, because that doesn't cause you to do it. Hit that one. We're finally where the death route path would have met up. Woodsman here. Bonk. There we go. Wow, you shoot those from a long way away. I forgot that. Oh my god, it's taking me 10 minutes just to get through this one. It don't usually take me that long. Where be? There you are. I knew you were coming. Fuck you! Oh, I thought he was going to chase me afterwards. And for some reason, that one just, like, never activates afterwards. But I need this guy here. Booyah! Secret entrance. Or secret exit, I should say. Road to Ruin, our final secret entrance. And we got everything from digging it.
Crash, I haven't got much time. Cortex has almost completed the new space station. Something's not right with his statements. Beware the tricks he's...
I have to apologize. I just suddenly became intensely fascinated by Coco's ears in that, and how expressive she actually gets in those scenes. That is actually a detail that I had not noticed prior. I played this version of the game like 30 times, and I actually did not notice that before. But it's cute. It's just like, it's little ear waggles, but it brings so much life to it. It's cute. There was a TNT in the middle of that I just blew up. You could, if you wanted to, hit every single box, but each one of those only has one, which I consider to be, especially at the amount of lives that I have, useless. But now I have the ability to go through the entire level and get the box gem now, because I have the 32 from that one. But this is a fairly short one, so it shouldn't take too long to get everything here. At least in comparison to how digging it took me. And we are already at the bonus round. Let's see, I think it's gonna be 13? 13 boxes. Guessing 13. 13! Hell yes. Ah! That's a dumb one. That's a dumb one to die on. There we go. This isn't even a very long or complicated one. It just has that. Used to be a life in that one. This is going to give me like only a fraction of the amount of fruit that I would be able to get in the original. Yeah, look at that. It gave me 47. I could get like 72 going through. For some reason, I remember this very clearly. I remember this very clearly. For some reason, in the original PlayStation 2 version, if you hit a... you're not fully back together over there, sir. For some reason, if you were to hit a question mark box with a belly flop over a standard spin or jump, you would get more Wumpa Fruit. Like, I could almost prove it on a slide roll. Level of certainty with that. If I went through and just, like, spun everything, it would only get, like, 50 to 52. If I belly flopped everything, because of how many extra Wumpa Fruit gave me per question mark box, it would give me, like, 70. I wish I had footage of it. I wish I had footage of it, but that disc got so worn. Like, I mean, honestly, 120 playthroughs, yeah, anything is going to be worn down by that point. All right. Cold Hard Crash, in which we shall use the checkpoint exploit again in order to be able to get everything without leaving the level. Which will cause me to die, and it's going to make this level a pain in the ass, but we are going to do it. This one requires a no-death run again. Well, it requires a hard path mode, so that means we are going to need to hit the hard path without dying, and then we can die as many times as we need to on it, which is, of course, the sticking point. On or after, I should say. Because the reason I'd use this, the reason I'm able to get everything in one go, is because I'm able to die afterwards and have the hard path still open. That being said, it'll also be helpful to have the masks with me. So we're also going to want to keep the Aku Aku mask that I have here as much as possible through this opening section. Son of bitch. It's already going to prove me wrong. Or make me go slow. It's not going to prove me wrong, it's just going to make me go slow. Alright, so we're skipping the bonus round for right now. I still will get some masks, but if I had the one from earlier, that would result in 3 masks going into the hard path route, which clears things up on multiple ends. It just makes it a lot simpler. Alright, so we have our checkpoint. We are now live. Cold Hard Crash's bonus on a Cold Hard Crash's hard path. So let's see how many times this takes me to do. First run. Not too terrible, but we're also going to be falling off at the end, which means I don't have to be careful. I can lose these if I need to. But especially right here, that's going to be a sticking point coming back. So will these. But I just need that for right now. Not hitting checkpoint. And we will lose a life to go back up to the start. But we have it now. We have the hard path gem. Now we need to go back through and grab all the boxes. Using the exact same... Actually, even using less at this point, because I have now lost the one from earlier. I'm going to go ahead and just remove that one, because it can give me a problem later. Okay. So this first part I can take kind of the same way as I did before. And now here's when I have to start being careful. Okay. Oh my god! No! That's bad. I mean, I'll probably be okay, but it's still bad. I lost my safety net. Okay. So all of that for the exclamation mark crate. For that little life box standing there at the other end. Which has got to be the biggest, like, mean-spirited practical joke in the history of this entire series. All of that is for that one life that you will have probably died a few times trying to reach. Okay, this one is the... Wow, did it in one death, baby! Give me on that. Give me on that platform. Give me on that platform. There we go. No, I just gotta make it back to the checkpoint safely. I just gotta get to the box. I just gotta get to the bonus round. If I can get it to the bonus round, we're clear, baby. Come on, fall down. There we go. In! Hell yes! We have made it. We have checkpointed ourselves. And we'll be able to do the full box run. Without losing a single extra life. Other than restarting for the bonus, to get to the top again. Hell yes. Oh, baby, that's the cleanest run of this level I've had in years. Hell yes, we are now checkpointed. We are checkpointed, and we do not have to do the hard path again. Hell to the yes. Oh, baby, that feels good. There are things that I want to say that I shouldn't for that statement. Or for that achievement, I should say. But yeah, that is the cleanest. That is the cleanest that I've done that particular level. The hard path, I mean. And this level, actually. This is a pretty clean run of it. No, pretty clean run. I can't hit this box. There we go. Pretty clean run, he says, and then can't hit a box. But yeah, in terms of like dying, only dying once in this entire level, and it was a self-imposed one. Like goddamn. I didn't even blow myself on a nitro. It was a random object in the middle of it. And considering the nitros are terrible, considering the nitros have like terrible behaviors in this one compared to the usual, like I am satisfied. I am pleased. I am happy. I am thriving. I am in my lane. Okay, you're gonna spin here. Blow that up. Hell yes. We are in a good position today. I have 99 lives. I'm still going to. Oops. There we go. Hell yes. 155 out of 155 with one self-imposed death. Oh, great, I gotta get through this. Wait. Yes! And people say this game is hard. I'm sorry, I had to get a little villain laugh in there. I think that one deserved it. Especially with how much digging it wanted to frick me over. Especially with how much digging it wanted to frick me over. That was, I think, well-deserved. Ruination! Let's use Coco for this one. I got her, let's use her. On a level. Oh, that's satisfying. That is satisfying as heck. I apologize for the stream. You probably will not have been able to see all that in its glory, but it's going in on the VODs. It's going in on the VODs, and you shall be able to see. Ruination is actually a mild step down as a result. Difficulty-wise, I think it's a mild step down. It's not, like, terribly hard. It's not ridiculously long, either. It does have an extra gem path. Wow! What is this game? What is it with this game and giving me Karmic Retribution every single time I try to be like, yeah, I'm a badass at it? That was tempting. That was tempting fate right there. And I just told myself I would not make highlight reels. I'm only doing the clips. Counterintuitive, but I do need to get this active real quick. It throws in a whole bunch of nitro, but they will not explode at the end if I don't have them open. Alright, green gem. We need thee, for there is an extra gem at the end of you. I believe you should be able to make your way over there with the slide spin jump if you are, shall we say, lucky. But it's unreliable. So you technically do not need the green gem in order to access this, but it is a, it is not a risk I personally like taking. Can I knock you out? There we go. Teehee. You did just see a glimpse of the bonus round on the left-hand side of the screen there for a moment. The bonus round is not too far up from the green gem location, and we will be doing it shortly. There you are. Can I knock you out with this one, or does it fade out? It fades out. Not a problem. There we go. Back to main path. Otherwise, this section is a bitch. At least backwards to do it's a bitch. There we go. The spin jump also makes this, the slide spin jump also makes this easier. Because if you accidentally hit the wrong one, it's a little bit easier to get back up. Otherwise, in the original version, you had to get the outside ones before you got the middle. Otherwise, if you knocked out the 3, you'd be screwed in trying to get to the rest of them. I could not find another way to get back up there if I ever knocked out the 3 column first. There we go. Just had to wait until the TNT blew up. Too small to properly bounce. $49, which I think is a record for the most amount of boxes in any bonus round. I think outside of It's About Time. I think there's one level in It's About Time where they might have more boxes in the bonus round, but It's About Time is actually pretty generous with them in the level. Okay. We have a monkey. Okay, where art thou? There we go. Trying to time the flames on these things, which are... Oh, God! That is nasty. Like, the flames on these things are nasty, and they put them in terrible positions again, too. But that was dumb. That was incompetence. Yeah, so it's like you're supposed to go through as fast as possible, but the timing on that is actually, like, really tight. Spinny platform. You do slide off if they tilt in a particular direction, so you do have to be careful with that, but no big deal. The worst part is when you're trying to go over them fast. Like for the time trial later on, but even then it's also not that hard. Or at least there are ways around it. Haha, we knock him out with a log. There we go. Yeah, way easier than way easier, especially taking into account everything else. Even though I died a bunch of times on this one, I still technically consider Ruination just a little bit easier than Cold Hard Crash. If mostly because Cold Hard Crash, I keep having my butt clenched through that entire hard path area. Whereas Ruination, I don't usually experience so many fumbles. Behaving! Or as I've been wanting to interpret it lately in my brain, bee having. Which also applies. This level, have lots of bees. Ooh. We'll get you at start. That makes things easier for a little bit at least. This one has 5 bees come out at you at a time, and they tend to come a little bit faster. There's also a lot of nitro in this level. Oh, get it, go, 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 go! Yeah, so this is one where hiding from the bees can actually really help you in a lot of situations. So the bees will not come out now while I'm hiding here, but as soon as I come out, they will start coming out from their thing. Yeah, and there's 5, which you cannot spin away all at once. I think you'll only... If you were to try and do it, there's only like 3 or 4 at a time that can be spun away. Oh, you can kind of outrace them, but it's tough under most circumstances. Let's head up here, because this is an interesting little trick point. These ones don't bounce, and they also don't make the blurb that most nitros will when sitting still. So you can use them as a stepping case to this. One of the more devious ones. Same with the wall that you can walk through in... What is it, Deal? To get to the green gem? They hide a lot of colored gems behind shit like that. Wow. That was a dumb death. But this is what I needed anyway. I got what I needed out of that particular level, so... There we go. Oh, why did I do that? Fuck the bees! Now all I'm thinking of is Neil's Isarega. Fuck bees! But that's just me. I about damn near have a phobia of bees. At least I hate being in the vicinity of a bee. God damn it! That was a checkpoint right there too. That is just insult upon injury, my man. Oh, why are you getting aggressive there? Death by fence. Whoop! I was not paying attention. Okay, it might actually not be a bad idea to bait the bees. There we go. Son of a... Well, I was sliding! Have I mentioned that as much as I like this level, I do not like this level? No, bee. This is like honestly the bee speed, the speed. They ramped it up so much compared to the original PlayStation version. Excuse me. They ramped it up so much compared to the original PlayStation version that this level got like a lot harder. It's ridiculous. Whoa, I jumped over the crystal there. Come on, you. No! Oh, what the frick? That's never happened. There we go. We're taking the safe route this time. Like, I have no idea what the heck happened there. That was nasty. Those bees were on it. Like, I see him. He's there. You can't hide from me, fucker. Okay, it's boss time.
Crash, I have discovered that the opposition is being masterminded by Dr. Nitrous Brio, the inventor of the Evolvo Ray. Brio was responsible for our misunderstandings in the past. He forced me to assist him in his plot for world domination, and he's at it again. He will attempt to stand in our way. Be on your guard, Crash. Deliver the crystals to Engine.
And that's our boss. With Engine having a slightly weird mechanic.
Like Dr. Cortex said, give the 20 crystals you've collected to me!
So we obviously cannot jump at him or spin him from this distance, but we can throw Wumpa Fruit. And there's a more obvious throwing animation compared to the original version as well, which I do find is neat. And every once in a while, he will fire a laser from the arms. Oh, I got burnt. That is not a usual death for me, but it is one that I occasionally am close to subjected to anyways. Okay, gotta wait for... Ah! I was just outside of the safe arc. You kind of have to lead your shots with Engine in this fight a little bit, because for some reason, it's not exactly accurate about where your shot is actually going. Okay, both of them are pretty worn down. There's one. And the other one ain't too far away. If he'll let me. There we go. That's two. And up to the top. So now it's going to be the rockets. When it's both rockets right here, he will just alternate which side he starts sending them at you. That was a good run on number one over there. One's probably close to down. They're both sparking pretty heavily, so they're both not too far away. This is what I mean about trying to lead the shots a bit. And when it's one, he will start opening them up and will stop in the middle and shoot one out, but I already killed him. Or I already damaged it enough it's going to blow up. There we go. But he's got one more really nasty one. Which is that green laser there in the middle, which will knock out a platform if you're not careful. Oh, that's perfect timing. I threw the fruit at him, and I got the spin, and it got the spin off on it. And there we go. That allows us to go to the 5th warp room. 5th warp room was going to be a little bit weird as well. Once I get the information from Cortex here.
What is your problem, Bandicoot? I will not ask you again to bring me the crystals. Obtain the remaining 5 crystals, Crash, and bring them to me.
We're going to switch for Coco and do Piston It Away first. This one has the other famous one for the music. I believe Rocket counts as the single most remixed song of all of Crash's OST. Like, it has the single most amount of fan remixes and stuff like that. Which, earned. Totally earned. It's like one of the best soundtracks in the entire series. I think I have to quit and restart because there is a There's a hard path in here. And I don't remember if that death counts. I forget if you have to start, if it just is like, you can't have any deaths at all in the level, or if it is a, you can die until you hit a checkpoint. Once you hit a checkpoint and have to restart at any point, then you have to fully back out and come back in. So, like, in other words, because I had not hit a checkpoint, I was unsure if I would be able to access it or not, or if it would be still count, or if it only would be like, nope, you can't make it in here after I hit a checkpoint. It's not very clear about it. So I just decided to stay on the safe side and reboot the whole level. Also, I gotta say, actually, I can't say it right now. It's not showing up yet. There it is. I gotta say, bring the 5 remaining crystals to me when it's obviously, like... Vortex, this is your symbol right here. You didn't know it? You didn't know that you had them? They're here? Either he did know and trying to kill Crash, but I like the idea of just he's too dumb to notice. Which kind of fits in with Cortex's personality and some of the other ones where he tries to come off as an insufferable genius and yet always has a failing. Or there's always like the one part of his plan there's always one part of his contingency plan that just doesn't work out. So I like the idea of just like, he's dumb enough to not be aware that he's smart enough to realize, okay, if I get the rest of the power crystals, I can use them to harness this energy. But he's dumb enough to not realize that, oh, wait a minute, I have some of the power crystals sitting ready within my factories. I'm going to avoid this, again, because of the same thing. It will count as a checkpoint later, and that will be more helpful later on down the line. This one also has a particularly nasty trick to it. It's a little bit easier because it is a side-scroller level primarily. But here is our signal to turn back. I'm actually really close to the end of the level if I was going by the normal route. But not all of the boxes are on this route, so I have to go back and do the hard path. There's no way to come back once you do the hard path. The hard path leads to another exit. So I have to go all the way back and do it this way. We're going to avoid some of those, and now use this as a checkpoint now that I've gone back and gone all that way. So now I will only have to travel the other direction to get back. There is not a checkpoint immediately on the hard path. There is one a little bit inside, but again, I like the safety net. Why did you jump that high? I have 2 masks. I'm not too particularly concerned about. Ooh, I made it! That's rare for me. Getting the highs and the lows of recording luck today. Of streaming luck, I should say. It's recording luck, I suppose. I am recording this to post later. Twitch VOD wouldn't be the best quality, as obviously can be told from the fact that it keeps wanting to drop on me still. Yet to figure out why, by the way. Yet to figure out why. The only thing that I can assume is that hopefully when I get the new computer, it will all be fixed. But I've yet to figure out why the stream quality went from fine to fuck you. It still has given me no clues. Normally that would be a death sentence, but I believe I can do, yep, slide spin jump over it. And there we go. Wow, I actually managed to get here without blowing up a nitro. I usually have 4 more than that, because I always blow up that one stack in the bonus round. But this time, we made it through relatively unscathed. There we go. This is actually also a pretty good integration of Nitro, even though it's on the hard path mostly and not on the main level. Still still kind of functions the way I would like them to do. Like, literally, just throw a couple more in as obstacles every once in a while. You have them and use them. There we go. Here's our checkpoint. But yeah, basically that checkpoint there is point of no return. I cannot go back to the main level path. I'm going to... Ah! I'm going to die, apparently. That's how you're supposed to do them. The timing does not always work out for me. That one kind of did. But this one I would rather just take that way. Let's wait for you to do a cycle. There we go. 60, nice. I'll probably have to go a little over an hour for this one, but I'm not too concerned. We're pretty close to the end anyway. I'm not going to be that far over. It's probably mostly going to be cutscenes that end up driving it over. And let's go ahead and do Crash for Night Fight, which is the other of the Firefly levels. And Night Fight's going to be another one where I have to intentionally die once if I want to get everything in one go. Well, I'll try, but I'll also do that to prove a point. Oop, yep, grab the Firefly. Again, for some reason, these ones are going to want to start fading out, like, way quicker. There we go, yeah. Like, I barely had enough time to make it to the next Firefly before it wanted to duck on me. So you really got to move in this one. Hard path, really up close. So you have enough time to get kind of started, but also enough time to fuck up at least once. Okay, we're going to take this one. And we have that gem. And now let's go backwards and see if I can make it through. Whoop. That was just bad timing. Alright, so I've now hit the point where the other one was. Okay, I can kind of see. But, unfortunately, I wouldn't have had the ability to go too much further back anyways. Because this section right here would have still been dark. So I probably could have made it, but honestly, it's better that I got a little bit. With just how this level is constructed, it's probably better. The dark is not easy to see through, even with the slight ability to see in it. There we go. Bonus! I think... Yep, I can see my way in the bonus round. Totally think I'm not supposed to be able to do this, but it's funny that I can. The funnier thing is I would not have been able to do so in Totally Flies. Like, I don't know what it is, but like the gamma settings are very slightly different for the bonus round. So I would not be able to make it through without needing the Firefly like I did here. Totally ignored it. Just didn't even need it at all for that one. Alright, let's grab that. And now let's go. And somewhat counterintuitively, I need to go backwards. Two right here, and now I just gotta go. So yeah, you just kind of go in there, grab the two boxes, and then head immediately back to the main path. You don't have a ton of light, again. Comparatively, you don't have a lot of light. God frickin' damn it, mouse. Mouse or opossum? It looks a little bit more like an opossum, but I think in the original it's supposed to be a mouse. There we go. Success! Yeah, it's gonna take me like slightly over 3 hours to do this one. At least just the standard path. We do still have to do the yams. I mean, not the yams, the relics. Not the gems, the relics. I don't know why I was giving it a soft G on yam, but... Alright, spaced out. Coco again. Well, there's no particular reason for the other ones. I do have the ability to relate this one back to the fan fiction. Well, there's no particular reason I use it on the other levels. It just would be, hey, let's have Coco go and grab it from this area, so Cortex can't. This one has the extra bonus of, this is Coco invading Cortex's thing, because in addition to Cortex being dumb and not realizing he has one of the power crystals he's searching for in his factories already, Coco is now going to add insult to injury to him by stealing it right out from under his nose. Again, personal, just fan fiction stuff, but yeah. I still think that's a funny idea to me. Act! Yeah, this one's a little bit difficult. But this also starts a thing that I really, really like a lot in 2 and 3, which is the idea of a multi-gem ending path is like the final puzzle sort of thing. So it gives you a frick ton of lives to try and get through it. A fuck ton of lives to go through it. I'm just gonna swear. That's me. That's part of me. I swear. Like a sailor sometimes, but I do. Okay, you are off sync with this right now, so the best thing to do is this. There we go. But yeah, just the idea that every single gem piece has a puzzle portion in it from one of the hardest level styles in the game. Or from one of the more prominent level styles in the game. I like what... Because 3 does this too with the Egyptian one, and the Egyptian one is like the perfect one for it. In that game, at least. It's one of the best to use it in. And it's just, oh, it's so good. It's cathartic taking all the gemstones and being able to just be like, I'm going to ride and use every gemstone to collect the final gem that I need for the game. Obviously, it's not the final gem. I have skipped over 2 entirely, but... effect's still there. Grab that. And now, because we're doing this normally, I go back to main path. Inadvisable to do in real life, by the way. Don't do that. Don't do that. Can progress forward. Progress forward. We want you here. We need you here. This hard path is difficult, but we can make it out to the other side and still get all of our 100%, so long as we keep the path. So, again, this is an in-game only tactic. Do not use it in personal life. We still want you here. There's a very fine line between serious and goofy that I was trying to straddle there, and I'm not sure if I hit it. Obviously, that's a serious topic, and it's not something I want to totally, like, make too much fun over. But I wanted to keep it at least within character without actually saying anything about it, because I don't want to do... I'm sorry, I got irritated at myself for that one there. I should have known better. Why is it always this section? Whenever I do this level, it's always this section that gives me, like, the most troubles. And, of course, this is when I decided to talk about the serious shit. That being said, that's another portion of me. I'm always second-guessing what I say anyway, so, Anxiety! Whack! I knew that was bad news before I did it. I don't know why I continued with it. Whoa, that was barely before I got out of the clear zone. There we go. Now we're back on track. I don't know how many bounces that has left. There we go, okay. Thank the Lord I managed to at least have that one by itself and not as a combo, because that could have been absolutely terrible. But we made it. And now we're getting into a part of the level that sucks. Whoa, okay, I know I saw you hit the ground there. I'm not sure what happened that allowed me to pass that one. Well, thank you for giving me a very generous checkpoint situation. Well, I had a mask there, never mind. That was less of a problem than I thought it was going to be. There we go. Alright, spaced out done, so we only have 2 levels left plus the boss. Not a boss. And both of them are the jetpack levels. Actually, as a matter of fact, since the boss also is done in a jetpack, yeah, it was probably better for me to just save the jet. I always do this now where I just save the jetpack levels for last, so I'm just like, oh, now I'm used to the controls by the time I take on the boss. I don't know, it's become a thing. It's easier for me to do it if I've just done it all in one. Let me make sure I have something here. Invert jetpack controls. On. So when I go down, Crash will go up. When I push up, Crash will go down. For some reason, that is just very slightly easier for me. It's thrust. It's thrust mechanics, basically. I believe jump is forward, slide is back. But otherwise I'm going to primary just shut up and let this level run its course. Lots of nitros in that one. I think it were 14 in total. But hey, there we go. Yeah, there's gonna be a whirring in the background of the whole time that isn't there. My damn fan! It is a lovely little desk fan. It is keeping me cool and nice right now, but it is also probably loud and in everybody's way. Also, there's something I want to point out about the rocket levels that I think has very, very disturbing implications about what they could have done with this. It has a light on it. Like, it has a flashlight on it. And I do not know. Like, watch. If I turn around, that little yellow thing, there's a... You can see when I turn around, there's a definite light that, like, swings back and forth, and I'm pretty sure that's a lantern light. You can actually also see, like, if I were to go here, there it is in front of me, and you actually see two little, like, headlight glows. The disturbing implications were that they could have had one more of these in the dark. To which I say, give it to me, but oh god, that's terrifying. These levels are not, like, super difficult. The jetpack, as a matter of fact, I would rate it one of the easier vehicles for me to get a hold of. In all of the Crash series, and I mean like in all of the Crash series. It's like one of the easier ones to control and get a handle on. The time trials, though, are murder. There are so many places that, like, the controls are actually, like, super tight that you have to... The handle on the controls has to be super tight in order to get a decent time on these. That it can be nasty trying to get through. Like that one right there, I got lucky on that. On that little passage between the laser, the heat spike, and the flailing electrical rod. So yeah, trying to imagine one of these levels in the dark and then pairing that with a time trial just is like a... It's a nightmare waiting to happen, and yet at the same time, give it to me. I kind of want to see it. I want to see it done at least once. A freaking jetpack level. Like, this level of control is nice. Oop. This level of control is nice. So I don't think it would be terrible. Like, it's not too overly floaty. It still has a little bit of momentum to it, but it's not like a desperate fling across anywhere. Ah, I missed the crystal. There we go. Okay, this is a nasty area. Ah, got the right one. And yep, there is a lot of nitro in this one, so 17 is correct. Booyah. That big, huge T of nitro is where most of them were. I think it's like 13 nitro in that one section out of all the 29 that are here. So, yeah, there's a lot there. But we can now face Cortex as the boss. Yeah, it's going to be about an hour and 10, isn't it? Yeah, this game's short enough. It can do it.
Yes! My plan is nearly complete, and I have you, Crash Bandicoot, to thank for it. Engine, what's happening? What's that? Is she stealing our signal?
Crash, Cortex isn't gonna use the crystals to contain the planet's energy. He's gonna harness the force and use it to power the super Cortex vortex he's built on his space station. One blast and the ray will cover the entire world, turning everyone into Cortex's mindless slaves. Crash, don't let him have those crystals!
Engine, you fool! She's telling him everything! Ah, yes, we're back now. Pardon the, interruption. Crash, bring me crystals!
Yep. You know, if it wasn't for the fact that it's right there in the title who the villain is, really honestly, I do kind of like the writing for Cortex's speeches, where if it wasn't for the fact that that was a dead giveaway, you know what, I'd almost be inclined to say that's a pretty good twist. But yeah, final boss is now racing Cortex to attack him before he flees to his space station. Cortex does not actively attack you, so he himself is not the problem. But the major issues are you do have to avoid all the rocks, which can slow you down, and the mines, which can also slow you down. And if you don't make it before in time... Oh, God, no. There we go. If you don't make it in time, Cortex wins. But it's regarded as one of the easier final bosses in the entire series.
You haven't seen the last of me, Bandicoot.
And I do like the little detail of Cortex like running into everything on the way out. Like you kill him, you defeat him this time, and is just like spinning through space and gets blasted by all the items and that.
And what about the Cortex Vortex? It's still up there.
And while that is a pretty good ending for it, we'll do the secret ending next time when I do the relics. So now that I've got the speed shoes, will be what I end up doing next time.
You have acquired all of the gems. Incredible. Crystals are not the only means of harnessing planetary energy. The gems have that ability as well. And with them, I can destroy the Cortex Vortex forever. Let me warp you to my completed laser installation.
So yeah, while I can step on the center platform and take my way up to the ending with Brio for getting 100%, well, I'm going to do that. I'm going to do the relics and use that for the ending. For the official ending to the series. So yeah, we'll go ahead and pause for right here at least. I'm going to end the stream for today, and then next time I stream, we'll do all the relics. But yeah, for right now, thank you all so much for watching, and we'll be back in a little bit.